Sooner or later, you criminals are going to learn to just leave these women alone because they're not playing any games.
Break-in turned deadly in Vancouver last night when police say the resident of a house shot an intruder dead.
And I spoke to multiple neighbors who tell me they're surprised that something like this would happen. But what's more shocking is that a neighbor tells me the suspect tried to break into her home first before the deadly encounter. Just before 11:30 Thursday night, police say a man broke a window on the second floor of a home here and went inside. That's when he was confronted by a person who lived there and was shot. Surveillance of the incident was caught on a door cam nearby. You can hear glass break, 2 gunshots, then yelling. When officers arrived, they found the suspect dead, but one neighbor told us she encountered the suspect before he was shot. She says the man approached her home while her family was asleep. He tried to open the front door multiple times. When she opened the door, the suspect said he thought his mother lived in the home. She says he tried to enter the home, but was able to push the door closed and lock it. She says the suspect left, climbed onto her neighbor's vehicle, and broke the window on the second floor.
You know, it's funny to me how the stuff like this happens, and it's always, I don't understand, it's such a safe neighborhood or area. How can this happen here, etc., etc., etc. What most people aren't willing to admit is that their neighborhood looks and feels safe, but that means nothing when a criminal decides to target you. The safety of a neighborhood means nothing if you became the target before you got to your neighborhood. I've had friends who live in safe neighborhoods and were followed by criminals after watching them while they were somewhere else. You'd be surprised the lengths a criminal will go to engage in criminality, especially if they think they have an easy target. This Looney Tune climbed through the second-story window, for crying out loud. Be honest, how many of you would have ever thought a home invader would be trying to break into your home by climbing into a second-story window? That's why feeling safe and being safe are two different things. Many people think they're safe on the second floor and believe that if anything were to happen, it would start on the first floor and then work its way up. Now, technically, that's kind of what happened here, but I'm sure this woman didn't think this goof troop would try to climb up to the second story. Thankfully, this woman was ready to defend herself with her gun. And that's another thing, time. Notice that besides maybe after the first time when he tried to come in through the front door, she didn't have time to call the police. Hell, you could argue she didn't have much time to get to her gun. This is why I'm not a fan of safe storage laws, which is just another way of saying make getting to your gun so hard and time consuming that it is essentially useless. The whole point of having a gun for home defense is that it is much faster than relying on the police. But if you create laws that say you have to essentially mummify your gun, it defeats the whole purpose of having a gun in the first place. Also, this idea that you can just call the police if something happens and they show right up to protect you is a fairy tale. Truth is, in a self-defense situation, you barely have enough time to protect yourself, much less wait on somebody else to come and save you. So, keep it at the forefront of your mind that you're the one that's responsible, and you want to place yourself in the best position to deal with a situation like this that you can. This is why I keep certain guns around the house. This is why other people keep certain guns around their house. They're not paranoid, they're just being prepared. And speaking of preparation, make sure you're prepared this winter by getting some hoodies from shop.mrcolionnoir.com. We also have hats too as well. We have the I Am the Militia hat, we have the I Am the Militia hoodie, you name it. So, don't be out there freezing in the cold, looking silly. Look great and warm in a Pew Pew Life hoodie. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, make sure you sign up for the text and email list because there may or may not be some special giveaways and some special discount codes that may be proffered out through the text exchange and the email list. But if you're not on them, you won't know about them. You know how frightening it is to think about what happens in the moments before, during, and even days after having to use your gun in self-defense? When you first start carrying a gun for protection, it can be a very scary and nerve-wracking experience, especially if you haven't gotten the education and training you need to feel confident. I've been there myself, hoping I never have to go through a self-defense shooting, which is why I'm a member of the USCCA. As a USCCA member, you can eliminate some of the stress of carrying a gun for protection by accessing the amazing wealth of firearm education, training, and current state-specific gun laws of your state or states you may travel to. This can help you be prepared for, or hopefully even avoid, a self-defense incident. As a bonus, members automatically become insured on the self-defense liability insurance policy purchased by and issued to the USCCA. Click below to learn more. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment, and hit the bell and subscribe button.